we're going to talk about TerraForm Labs, which has been on a Bitcoin buying streak, and their stablecoin as well has been shooting through the roof. It is now the third largest stablecoin, just beat out Binance's stablecoin. So it's a pretty big deal. A lot of people are using this stablecoin now, and a lot of the hopium is funneled into this project as well. We'll see where it ends up by the end of the year, but over 2021 and beginning of 2022, it has just rocketed in market cap. So that's the amount of the assets that are composed within like this entire token. It's pretty crazy. And we had a nice story on CoinDesk talking with Tether's Paolo Ardoino about how he sees algorithmic stablecoins. We'll get into that in the next section. But here we have Tether and the largest stablecoin, which has been dominant for years, and a very different construction mechanism than something like Terra. And their, I don't know what you'd say, like their way of thinking about these algorithmic stablecoins and how they view them. And he had some words, some choice words about how this is kind of a risky bet. And it is. Algorithmic stablecoins have not done well historically. They've normally failed in some form of function. The only one that has done somewhat well has been the DAI stablecoin, and that's probably not even necessarily an algorithmic stablecoin because it has like a pretty simple function behind it. It's more just like an asset-backed protocol that is decentralized in some sort of sense of the word. This is a really interesting story, especially as we go forward into the year, seeing what happens with this stablecoin. There's a lot of people sitting on the sidelines jeering at this and saying this thing's going to explode. And there's a lot of people who are like, no, we figured this out. Like, we got it. We nailed it. We've created a stablecoin that's going to survive and doesn't need to have assets backed up into a bank. David, I want to get your take on this before we go forward, though.
Yeah, I mean, my first thought is that it's incredible that Tether has found this to be an opportunity to talk down a competitor when really Tether is still an unresolved issue. Obviously this is old hat, but we still don't have any transparency into Tether's reserves. So it's almost like pick your poison, right? Like, if you accept this idea that algos are really risky, which we'll talk more about, then USDC maybe is a better option, but like choosing between Tether and UST in that situation is like, do you want to die by firing squad or poison? If you take the skeptical view of those assets, and so I think it's really speaks to just the nature of the crypto cycle that like the thing that was the horrible, dangerous risk 3 years ago is now like, whoa, we're the sane, responsible choice. So that's my definite first thought. Zach, you're smiling, so I'm going to take that as volunteering to talk.
Sure, I'll talk some. There's like stablecoin trutherism just on repeat, and it like cycles through new projects over time. I think that's a very apt observation, David, that now USDT, Tether, is seen as the grown-up respectable coin. But I do think the stablecoin wars are pretty interesting. The stablecoin race to capture a bigger portion of the market share. We had Do Kwon, founder of TerraForm Labs, out there tweeting in very Do Kwon fashion, "By my hand, DAI will die." That's a direct quote, and a play on the word DAI, D-A-I, and die, D-I-E, like killing it. So
that's with this man.
Yes. He's motivated to take the W here. So there is a lot of interest, I think, in unseating and capturing the stablecoin market right now, and whether that's UST asset backed, be they crypto assets or dollar assets backing other stables on the market. It's something that people are really paying attention to. I think the thing about UST that is interesting is the relationship with Luna, the token, the underlying token, and how there's a direct linkage between how those two tokens function and sort of operate in terms of price. So it's something that more people are sort of turning their eyes to as UST becomes the third largest stablecoin in the market. They say, wait a minute, what is this? What is this thing? And there's this new discovery cycle and new discovery of potential skepticism behind how it actually works. But David, I want to kick it to you for your last thoughts on this one.
Yeah, just one last thought on the very important observation about Luna. One of the reasons that UST is so particularly interesting and or scary is that the UST Luna arbitrage is built into the layer one chain. A lot of other stablecoins are built on top of Ethereum, things like that. But Luna is a stablecoin chain, like that's its main application. However, they've also built a bunch of other stuff on it. There's NFT markets, there's DEXs, there's all this stuff. And if the skepticism about the stablecoin is correct, then the entire ecosystem goes down.